Hey guys, welcome to Checkpoint. I'm Francisco Lozano.
I'm Rachel Halbert.
And I'm Mateo Aranz.
Today we are talking about our impressions on Dishonored Death of the Outsider. Warning, it's going to be a spoiler zone, so if you haven't gotten a chance to play the game or don't want the first couple of hours spoiled, hit pause and then come back when you're ready. So let's get started. Mateo, what are your thoughts?
On the, not
Story,
great.
I guess, yeah.
Story-wise, still not great.
Still not great?
Doesn't change it at all, actually. Mostly it stems from, it just starts with the fact that both Billy and Dowd could be dead by the time this game starts. So them being in this game is kind of weird to me, especially when this at least this franchise, from my understanding, is based off player choice. Mm-hmm. So you would think that all sequels would involve or make room for that. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, other series does it.
Well, but how do you make, so in that scenario, you can't make the premise of the game based on an important decision whether you murder them or not. It should have been two people that don't die, or like two characters that were in the background.
Well,
it's like, remember those two people operating the computer in that final scene? Yeah, that's what the game's about.
I mean, we do have to look at other games, like we have like XCOM and XCOM 2, which in XCOM 2, you assume that like you lose in XCOM, you lose like the Revolutionary War or what have you. You didn't play the game that
Alien
long.
invasion.
But when you
what have you?
What have you? Whenever you lose that, and that's like the beginning of 2. So like, because the majority of people, like a very very small percentage, actually won, and like it took so much effort to win.
Hard, yeah.
So it just was kind of assumed making the second one that like, oh, this is like you fighting back, like you're the resistance now kind of thing. So I mean, you have that way to look at it where you can't, if you have as a creator, if you have like a really interesting story idea, I don't think you should let that limit you per se. But I don't know if they went about making this in the best way as compared to what I've experienced and what I've heard others experience from the other games.
It's very much in line like with the game. So if you play the other ones, you play this no problem. If you're playing this cold, it's a little hard. And that kind of brings up a problem with these sorts of games. They're part of a series, but not really. They're like Star Wars.
It's a spin-off.
Yeah, they're spin-off, a Star Wars story kind of. But you understand all the elements to it, and anybody can get into that to the Star Wars stories. Mm-hmm. But this game, it's hard to come into it if you don't know anything. Sure, it has tutorials, tons and tons of tutorials.
The whole first part of the game.
You're just walking and it'll say, would you like to watch a tutorial on how to walk?
No.
And then you like skip and it's like, oh, okay, let's show you anyway. And
you're probably not hitting that button. That's probably what's happening.
Yeah, maybe.
I just ignored it. I waited till it went away.
It was just so hard to see
the fact,
anything.
I don't know if this bugged you guys, but it's just a very small thing that even when you're in loading screens, it doesn't. Normally in a loading screen, you like, oh, once you load, it like automatically starts the game.
Oh yeah.
You have to press. I played on PlayStation. I think you guys did too.
Yeah.
Like you have to press X to continue, and it's just like, no, just go, just do it. I don't know. That was so small.
Did they allow
and
you
minute
to read those notes? I think
Yeah.
Hear the rats scream gibberish poetry. These are the most intellectually sophisticated rats. Unintelligible because they have the squeakiest little dumb voice.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if the river stabs you in the heart, then you have to go south. What does that mean? It doesn't unlock anything. I got a trophy for it because I kept, clicking it, thinking, they must say something useful.
I listened to the same pack of rats like 5 times.
Yeah.
just to see if it ever repeated. It doesn't. It just they just kept going.
It's like they just
subtitles.
threw up words.
That's the only way you can.
I wonder why people have their cats kill you. I wonder.
That's a little. But yeah, how did you guys feel about we mentioned like some gameplay stuff, but like the story, like overarching like story of it from what you completed thus far?
I wasn't feeling it. I didn't care for it's kind of hard for me to get into a story if I don't care about the characters themselves. Mm-hmm. And I didn't care about Billy. I didn't care about Dowd. I didn't care about anyone she was supposed to kill.
Black eyes.
all of the eyeless.
Also, when so pretty early on, you get your hand and your eye like taken from you. I'm still really confused of like the dynamics if she like at some point lost them or like.
They don't. From my understanding,
so
the outsider gave them to her.
The outsider like replaced them or something. And
it's like you get a tattoo, but in this one you get an arm
and an eye for good measure.
Because why you're trying to kill me, so why the heck not?
Well, he kind of wants you to.
Yeah, but honestly, it's like a sick joke honestly to him because he's watching the whole thing happen. Then of course, the way the game goes, you can either decide to kill him or not kill him. But in the end, apparently the ending is the same.
The ending's not gonna matter because they're gonna make another
like,
one. He's gonna be alive still, regardless.
At the end scene after like you do or don't kill him, it's about because I went to watch to see what the difference was. And it's like this much. It's like 2 lines. Sorry, I like doing this much, and like I'm thinking in words, which doesn't really work out on TV. So sorry, guys. But yeah, no. Also, like you said, I couldn't get into the character. Like, just seems so like monotoned and just
so boring.
Yeah, it just
like, oh my God, for a woman who doesn't really talk much to people, she sure thinks a lot in her head about, it's like, what does this do? What does that do? And the fact that you can just pick up random objects that have no, like, I'm thinking, oh man, maybe I can craft some stuff. I grab like a glass thing, and end up throwing it at a grindstone. It's just so overwhelming.
I did like using chloroform a lot.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
That was like the one thing I used a lot. It was just easy to kill people that way.
I mean, I don't know if you got to the 3rd mission with the bank, but this was one of those things where it
didn't help there.
Well, it started out as you have these 3 different ways to get in there. You got the roof, you got the garbage, and you got the other,
which seemed
the sewer.
interesting.
The problem is
your choice.
Actually, I went to go to the roof, and it still ended up taking me through the sewer. Like the sewer
part. Was it a glitch?
No, the sewer part was just like on the way to get to the roof part. I stumbled into the part to get into the sewer. So I went through the sewer, went up into the roof just to see if there's any way I could get up there. I couldn't find a way up there from the ground.
I thought there was. I don't know. I didn't go that way, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, like I couldn't find it, but so I ended up in the roof and I, knocked out all the human guards in the bank. Not even going to talk about the robot guards because they're just all kinds of nonsense.
So did you guys, because I know most of the time in most Dishonored games, it's like, do you play stealth or do you like do a lethal playthrough? Like
murder.
Murder.
Everyone.
Kill.
All murder. Like even if I knock them out, it's like I might as well murder them so they don't get back up.
It's
that
like when
horrible.
I played Metal Gear, when I played the Metal Gear Solid 5, it's like, I try stealth, I try so hard, I kill like 20 of them, incapacitate 50 of them. These numbers I make up.
Yeah.
And then like one dude sees you, you make one false step, and then suddenly you just have to kill everybody because they come out of nowhere. Everyone unconscious wakes up for some ungodly reason.
Well, unlike the other games, there's no like real incentive to do a stealth playthrough. Like in the other ones, the like good and bad things happen depending on like what you're doing in the game.
Yeah.
And in this one, like there was no consequence. So it's like, why wouldn't I kill them? Like
why wouldn't I
this is a horrible look on the
Well,
outlook,
one reason you definitely want to try to stab them instead of just choke them out is the crazy kills you can do.
Yeah.
It's really graphic. You're sitting there, one of the first things you do is run down the stairs when you're learning how to kill people, and you just like stab him in the chest and then like rip him in half, and he just blows up. And then I think like while his torso's still in midair, you like chop his head off and it just collapses.
Yeah.
And that's not like a special move. It's just like happens like every three kills. It just happens.
You have the option in the beginning to set, because apparently there's like that's like a special thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like you can set how many times those like kill cutscenes come up.
Kill cams.
And so apparently there's I'm assuming all of us were at normal, and I feel like that happens way too much for that to be the normal level, because there's a level above that that's like constantly.
The level above
like
is as directed by Quentin Tarantino, is what it's called.
Just sprays of blood immediately, starts spewing everywhere.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it was pretty. I'll say that. Like, it was a pretty game.
Very detailed. It was very full. You could go anywhere.
I mean, it was also like in the same place as Dishonored 2. So like they had a lot of the assets already. So like I want to say, oh, it was pretty, but I mean, you guys didn't have to work that hard for it.
Oh, you could have worked on the story a little bit.
Exactly. You could have used all that time that you saved on the assets. You could have worked on the story, but no, you didn't.
Yeah, I mean. And I don't know, like, I didn't hear anything really, like, bad about Dishonored 2. I didn't play it, so I can't be one to judge of what it was like, but I never heard anything bad about it. So I don't know if there's anything that they tried to fix in this game. Like, maybe that's why some things are a little different, because, like, maybe they heard stuff from people. But like I said, I didn't hear anything, so I didn't see anything that they, like, needed to fix. So I'm not really sure why. I don't know.
What was the purpose of like a case? Did it deserve a case?
No, it did
No.
not.
Did it
It was-
deserve a
it-
physical disc?
think it
That
should have
I
been
don't know.
DLC.
It should have been DLC for Dishonored
Because
2.
this is extra.
Yeah.
And you don't even get a booklet. You get an advertisement for the
Two
next
advertisements
game.
actually. One for
Play
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
So first they give us the excuse, oh, it costs too much paper, and now they're gonna stick ads in our face.
Yeah.
Just spit in it. And you
Yeah, no,
take
and I
that.
think we talked earlier about how like the greatest assassin ever is like the title out here, and it's
Is
just kind
she?
of
I
like,
played a couple Assassin's Creed games. I know
Yeah.
what an assassin
Yeah.
is. She talks too much to be an assassin.
You remember
Oh
the
my gosh,
pirate from
all the
Assassin's Creed?
time.
Better assassin than her.
yeah,
Setting the bar high.
get a whole boat. You're a better assassin. Top. I mean, some of the powers were cool. I will admit. Like, I liked the
All three of
The thing is, like, you got them so early. It's like it felt like, okay, like I'm all powerful now. Like, it wasn't like you didn't have to like do anything to gain them.
Now, couldn't you get like some bone talismans, which are super freaking hard to find because it's like it shows you like a point, a 2-point font that says
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a talisman nearby, and
Yeah.
I think you have to feel for
And your-
vibrations.
and
Something
it
like
vibrates
that.
a little bit.
Yeah, no, I could never figure out how to use them, and I honestly didn't care enough.
All they do was
So-
enhance like passive abilities and stuff. Like I got one that increased max health by like literally that much on the screen. There was another one that said you regain health on air assassinations and stupid little things like that. But they don't actually give you more powers. You're still stuck with the same 3 powers,
Yeah.
which displaces the only one I used.
This place is the one where you move. What's the one where you can like go ahead?
Foresight.
Foresight.
Yeah.
So Foresight, I did find Foresight cool. I like because I could go see if like there's anyone I need to worry about up ahead. If there wasn't, I would just run through it.
And you can find more bone talismans.
I really didn't care about the bone talismans. I'm gonna
But
be
you're
honest.
supposed to care.
But you don't.
The
And
game
they
tells
don't
you to
give
care.
They don't give you incentive to care.
Well,
like
they really
what's
don't.
the
Okay,
point?
talking about collectibles.
Yeah.
I really enjoy learning about the lore and the information about the games. Like, in Mass Effect, you got the codex, and you can go so deep into it. Well, here you can go pretty deep into it as well. It gives you backstories. You can learn a lot from it. But the only thing that kills me about this is they decided to put so you have your text, and the text just waves back and forth
Yeah.
while you're trying to read it, giving you car sickness just reading this.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they allow you to control how much you're tilting it with your joystick. So you can tilt it all the way to the left, all the way to the right.
It's giving you options.
It's giving me a headache is what it is. And that kind of summarizes my whole opinion about this game. It's nothing but a headache that didn't deserve to be put into a disc and shipped to people.
I mean, I will say it wasn't horrible. It's not the worst thing I've played.
Yeah, I
this
guess,
year.
yeah, we are
I mean,
pooping
we
on
played,
it a little
we
bit.
played Mass Effect. So
It's not the worst.
there's
It's not the
that.
worst game. It's not the worst game ever. That game
Andromeda.
that name will always belong to ET. That game will always be the worst. But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically.
I mean, it did
but
crash
there
the
are some
industry.
pretty bad
but
games.
it crashed the
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to top that unless you crash it twice.
See, they weren't even trying. There are some developers that come out with games that you're like, wait, you tried?
And it's
Andromeda.
well, I feel like most games you try, and I think that's the saddest part about it, is that someone was like, I am so excited for people to get their hands on this. And it's like, it sucks. Like,
I'm
You gotta
sorry to tell you,
understand,
but
it's
you
like things
failed.
like these, they
So
want to
bad.
fail so bad.
yeah.
And you just gotta, you gotta make sure, you got all these people working at it, and they try their hardest, and sometimes, you get lost.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was overblown, overdone. What wasn't friendly to an outside base of players, which kind of hurt its sales, because who's
Yeah.
gonna buy this? Not people that haven't played Dishonored before.
I was hoping, because like I said, most of us haven't played that much of Dishonored, if any at all. And so I was hoping, this is a compartmentalized story, it shouldn't matter as much
Right.
but I felt like it did. I felt like I didn't know everything I needed to know, and I was kind of
Just like Rogue
confused.
One, a Star Wars story. You can watch that without knowing anything about Star Wars and come out of there pleasantly enjoyed.
Well, to be fair, Star Wars is this big cultural thing, and Dishonored is.
I'm just
Dishonored.
saying, they made it easy, really easy to understand. And
Yeah.
they didn't do that with this. They're like, we're going to make a specific thing just for these people. Nobody else can touch it. It's a cult.
I mean, there's a cult in the game, so.
They're all
It is a
eyeless.
theme. But yeah, I guess that's all we really have time for today. We
Geez,
could
is
talk
that
some
it?
more, but
Well, we want to know what you guys think about Dishonored. Do you agree with us? Do you not? let us know in the comments down below. Remember to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel to see more episodes of Checkpoint and our show Glitched as well. You can also like us at facebook.com/glitch.news. And with that, our checkpoint has been reached. Thanks for watching.